Welcome back to my whiskey pick of the week. You know, I'm Eric the Whiskey Guy, and as always, as usual, and as expected, I'm bringing you a special one. And this one is a very, very special one. I want to give a shout out to my homeboy G. He can let me come over. He's hosting this bourbon taste test. So, how you doing, man?
I'm lovely, man.
Lovely?
I can't complain.
So I got a treat for you.
I know you do.
As always, this week, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be trying the 1792, the Cognac Cask finish. This is my first time trying it. I'm sure this is your first time trying it.
Absolutely.
Now, before we get into it, what's your opinion on the 1792?
Smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the look of the bottle. I love how they keep it classy. They don't do much. Just like a cognac.
Right.
Just like the cognac brand in general.
Right. I'm glad you said that because that was like one of the reasons that kind of drew me to the 1792.
Mm-hmm.
The first time that I got it, it had to be probably about 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the bottle at the bar, and it kind of just had that old school cognac, you know, when we first started drinking, like, you know, right out of high school. It had that kind of look to it, so that kind of drew me to it. And then I want to say probably about a couple weeks ago, I seen they came out with the cognac, so I just definitely wanted to try it. But I wanted this, like the 1792, the brand, to kind of be my brand.
Right.
So it was like one of those ones that I was like, okay, even people that, because half the people I know either drink whiskey or they drink cognac.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people that drink cognac ain't gonna drink whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, if I can bring over like a cognac style whiskey and just let them try it, they probably won't even know it's bourbon.
Hey.
So we go see if you the perfect person for it. 'Cause I know you love cognac and you're a whiskey fan as well. So I'm anxious to get on your insight on this one.
Man, I tell you, I'll give you a little insight on my relationship with cognac. I met cognac when I met my wife.
Oh, nice.
Right. I didn't know about Douce or, you know, I was a tequila guy. And then before I was tequila, I was vodka. You know what I mean?
Right.
She kind of brought me to that world, and I know I'm like, okay, it's real smooth. You know, when Shannon Sharp came out with his, that was the first bottle that premium bottle that I had. You know, Douce used to be. I say used to be because the prices keep going down. Right.
Kind of like Grey Goose.
Right. So those staple name brands aren't leading those packs anymore.
Right.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited, man.
Now, one thing that I noticed, especially with whiskey and like the cask finishes, and this is probably gonna be my third one that had a different type of cask finish to it, like just the barrel that I was in. I believe I did a wine that'd be like a port, and also did a rum. Now, one thing for me that I gotta personally kind of get out my mind before we do it. Once I see cognac, I'm already thinking it's gonna be sweet, and I should be able to taste all the berries. And when it comes to bourbon, it's kind of like the opposite of what you expect.
Right.
But if you just take a drink and it's not what your mind thinks, you're gonna be like, oh man, So I gotta get out my mind that I gotta take it from step one, phase one, and just taste it and just go with that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Now the 1792, as I can recall, this one actually comes from the small batch. The small batch you can see in any everyday store that you're gonna get. What they did was they took the small batch, which can be anywhere from.
Now define batch. Help us out.
With the small batch. All right.
Just batch in general.
Just batch in general.
Right.
The batch in general is just the barrels that they got on that.
Okay.
You got a batch that they probably gonna age for 4 years, right? Let's say they got a batch that's gonna be for 4 years. That batch is 4 years. So that's a small batch.
Okay.
Because they're not really making a it's kind of hard to explain. Like they make a lot of them,
They make
but
a lot
then
of it, but it's a short amount of time that they're letting it sit in the barrel.
right.
Gotcha. Which brings the value. It's a value brand.
Right. Now, if you
level.
think about like in 1940, you didn't have the marketing, you didn't have commercials. If you go into a store in 1940 and you see small batch, you thinking it's exclusive. If you think about it,
small, limited edition
right. So this would be like the first one. Now, I look at small batch more as this is like the entry level. Because the small batches now is going to be more in that 25, 30, might be 40 range. Now, you know, obviously bourbon came a long way. So even with that, if you notice, you got all type of different type of exclusives. Even with cognac, you got the special reserves. You got the special reserves, and then you may have a VSOP. And so the more titles or the more last names or nicknames that it got, the higher up you quality, price, etc., etc.
So I got a question. Hopefully, I'm not putting you on the spot. And I think you answered it. So small batch, but there's no such thing as large batch.
No.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
It's more VSOP, special edition.
Right.
You know, okay, I got it.
But then you get into it, like, you really, especially when it comes to like bourbon, because everything you want it to be rare, you want it to be exclusive. So even if they make the small batches, probably be the most that they gonna make just because of the price. But it's still small batches. So if that's the small batch, everything else gotta be a little bit more limited. That's why you come out with single barrels. Right. And then it's certain, but it's all about the names. Like the first time that I did a video on Special Reserve, I was talking about how people used to see Special Reserve and they make it seem like they got the red carpet treatment when they went to the store.
Man, I tell you, them names, man. And a lot of it is marketing too. You know, a lot of it is marketing. Yeah. It might be you say a 4 years of small batch, a 5 year might be a VSOP.
Correct. And that's exactly especially with this one, because if you go to any of your local corner stores, you're gonna see the small batch. It's very rare. You probably not gonna see the cognac cask finish at any store. Like I had to get that ABC online through the point program to get this one.
Wow.
Now I'm not saying that
you learned me something. Definitely learned me something with this. I'm like 17. Oh yeah, I had it before. You said, no, have you ever had this one? Read it. You know, like, no.
But it's all like we just said, it's all marketing, because this is probably, as far as the titles that 1792 got out, I would say this would probably be their fifth. Out of all of them. Just to kind of give you an idea, they got the small batch. That's the one you're gonna see in the store. Then they got a bill, bottle and bond. They got a foolproof bottle and bond. Now the bottle and bond, just real quick. Bottle and bond is just basically back when like Prohibition, that was just a stamp of approval that you wasn't drinking bourbon or whiskey out of somebody's toilet or out of somebody's bathtub. This went through.
It was regulated.
Regulated. That's what bottle and bond. So you might see that on a lot of bottles. They also got a sweet wheat. They also got a 12-year statement, and I believe they got like a sherry finish. So they got definitely ones, but they only keep a couple of them in the store. They might be behind the register. You gotta ask for it. But if you don't really know, you already grabbed 1792. You see it like, oh, I already got 1792. So it's all about you gotta look at it. That makes sense?
You're absolutely.
All right, man. Let's see what it's working with. The finished color, yeah. Now, one more thing, just a fun fact. Well, I'm not even gonna say it's a fun fact. It's just something that I noticed, and it may not even be true. But it seems like the darker, especially with bourbon, the darker that it gets, that means it's been aged more. Like if you see like a real light one, that probably been stored for like aged for 2 years, and then it's gonna go down a little smooth.
The
the 2-year-old.
2-year-old.
Right. It'll go down a little smoother because it's what I like to call it hasn't really matured yet. Right.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I've noticed that
Right.
darker liquors it kind of
Right.
gives that it's just been stored a little bit longer.
I like to,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like to look at that.
See all the bubbles and the runs.
Yes.
If it sticks.
Yeah. Look at the color. Hold it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, look at you, man. You're a natural.
Well, you honestly, I bet the last time I touched the Glen Leather was with you. When you brought it up, I was like, oh. yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Perfect time to bring it up.
Right. So yeah, man.
Now the smell on it, I like to call it. It got that traditional straight Kentucky bourbon smell to it.
Very
You
light.
like it? You
Very
like it?
light though. It's not a strong smell at all.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the cognac.
Yeah, it's not a strong. It's not you sniff something.
Mm-hmm.
No, it ain't that at all.
Let's see if it hits you in the chest when you take that first sip.
All right.
Ooh. I got a little kick in it.
It's a kick, but it's still a cognac.
Right.
It's not a whiskey or it's not that strong. And that's why I say when I smell it, I'm like, oh. It definitely gave me that expectation of, okay, when you're not gonna, it ain't gonna burn going down. But it's on the stronger end.
Right.
I give you that, but it's not strong.
So, how would you compare it to? Have you had like a rum cask?
No.
Okay. How would you compare it to the last whiskey that you had?
Definitely smoother. But it has body. It's
Mhm.
It's not like Douce. You know what I mean? It's not like a true cognac. Or a everyday. I guess that's another way of saying it. But yeah, it compares well, man. I mean, I like that it has body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's light, but it packs a punch, but it's a good balance, man.
I definitely appreciate that, and the reason for it is I done had so many 1792s, and the more that you kind of do research and find out, you kind of already got this notion in your head how it's gonna go down. But so to hear from somebody else, so it just don't seem like, oh, he just like 1792, so he go right. Because with me, I was already thinking, once I seen it and seen how they made it, I already had this kind of idea that it was gonna burn a hole in my chest because I knew it was a high rise.
Oh, yeah, that burns.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind now with the cask finish.
Right.
The only thing that is you like this one. We can say that this actually got some cognac residue that fell.
Now, to kind of clear where I'm at with it, it's the strongest yak I ever had. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is.
I'll give you that now. Yeah.
This is just. You can tell that it's been stored in the cognac where you can get the flavors of the cognac
Absolutely.
that's in it.
Absolutely.
Now, once I seen that it was a high rye, meaning it mostly got the rye as the number one grain in it, I was like, oh man, that's gonna be good. Ooh, I already like from.
You dialed in.
Yeah, but like once I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh man, I know my neck probably gonna be burning because I know how high rise are. But what it does, it balances out with the cognac, with the barrel of cognac, just sitting in the barrel of the cognac.
Right.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it's all about the position of where they even store the bourbons. This one was, they call this top shelf. I mean, they stored it at the very top and wherever it was, with the altitude, the climate, that all plays a part. Then,
So I gotta ask you,
I may be able to answer.
I ain't gonna put you on the spot. So does top shelf really mean top shelf as far as quality wise when we talk about, liquor at a bar? Well liquor versus top shelf? Or is that a totally different world than what you just described?
Not necessarily, because bourbon is so long, been around so long, and like we just said, like how we was talking about, like we didn't have commercials, you didn't have salespeople, you didn't have 17 the rep coming in. Who was your salesperson? Was the bartender, or the person that owned the pub, or the drug store that sold the bottles? Now when they come off the shipping, and when it comes in off the port, right? This come from Kentucky. Let's say this went down to, let's just say Tampa, right?
Okay.
From Kentucky to Tampa.
Okay.
When they get down to Tampa, what you got, how is it, what can I tell people to get it? The people on the docks, they gonna give you the dock terminology. Well, this was top shelf, this was bottom shelf, so this, you may want to get these to the people that you don't really like, but your cousins and your regulars, give them the top shelf. So when they go back to explain it, they gonna hype up top shelf, where everybody is, you just naturally gonna form that top shelf is the best that they got. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I want to ask you something else, but I'll ask you. I'm trying to put my words together right.
Okay, take your time.
So when we talk about pure quality coming from Kentucky, because you said an analogy that made me think. Pure quality, whatever product you're talking about. And then when it reaches the end user, I use that term, end user. We're the end user.
The consumer.
The consumer. Went from Kentucky, Tampa, to Daytona, or whatever, Orlando. Before it was regulated, was it chopped up like other black shelf products? You see what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. Just you got to keep in mind, Prohibition probably lasted no more than 10 years. I don't know the exact time where it went. And in that time, now liquor just turned into a black market. Anytime that it's a black market, stuff gonna get stepped on.
Right.
It's gonna be made in the bathroom. And after that, that's when they came out with the regulations. One of the first regulations was the bottle and bond.
And I never thought about that until you said that, Kentucky to Tampa. I never thought about it being chopped up.
Well, no. Not as far as
watered down.
No, I'm not saying that it was watered down when you come from when you talk about top shelf and bottom shelf.
Right.
Just the top shelf just means that's the best that they got coming out of the warehouse.
Coming out of the barrel.
So if somebody told you, this top shelf, okay, you might be able to charge $10 more than you can these bottom shelves.
And top shelf giving you more heat and all that.
Right, but that's a warehouse.
Right.
That's a warehouse. But
because I got a little. Since I've been to Kentucky and I've been to the old. Like I didn't even want to walk in. That's how they look. They're still using the same.
Yeah.
Where were we at? I can't remember which. Was it Adams Mart? Maker's Mart, or was it? Anyways, I went to a distillery. I did a tour, and you walk in there, and it's exactly barrels. But I didn't know the top barrel was the premium product.
It doesn't necessarily. I just knew just by doing research that they kept saying that this was on the top. So I'm thinking, I'm just giving my own personal opinion.
Gotcha.
Maybe because of where it was located and where it was stored, maybe we get more of the cognac finish than I've had when it came to like the port cask strength or even the rum cask.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And again, I didn't pay for that tour. I just
snuck
over there and looked.
But that's something that we could talk about. That's something we could talk about on a different
Absolutely.
on a different video right now.
Absolutely. But we gotta make a trip to Kentucky.
Yeah.
We gonna do that.
My schedule's a little bit more light now. I'm not working. I'm not working 7 days a week no more, so we can definitely make that happen.
Well, okay. I guess my schedule's light.
We can do the little Kentucky Trail, Kentucky Bourbon Trail, or whatever they call it.
Calendar, man. I tell you. Yeah, we'll talk about it offline. But I think because we talked about it, you still need to go.
Yeah, I still need to go.
So we're gonna make that.
We're gonna make that happen. All right, now
we're gonna do that.
on the scale, what you gonna give the 1792 Cognac?
1 to 10. I'm at a 9.
You at a 9.
Yeah, I'm at a 9. It's beaten. I say Shannon Sharp. I hate to call drinks by the owner's name.
But you gotta keep in mind now, this is not a. It's not a cognac.
It's not a true cognac.
It's not a cognac at all. It just was aged in a cognac barrel.
It's got the name, so
I know, because that's the marketing. As far as a whiskey.
Right.
Or a bourbon.
So it has a lot of characteristics to it. If you present it like that, it has a lot of characteristics to it. And I still think it's a 9.
Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna give it a little, because I'm a little harsher credit.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a clean 8.5.
Because you didn't seem too happy with it.
No, I am.
I saw your face when you drank like,
Well, yeah, because
But
it ain't really.
But you the critic. I respect that. So
For that, because of the smell when I got it, the smell for me, I thought this was gonna just be straight up gas. But then when I took it, it was like, okay, it brought me back to okay. Cause I forgot to even say it. It's a 95 proof. So
for a 95 proof, you get an 8.5. They sneaking a lot by you. They sneaking a lot by you for a 95 proof.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Now that could just be my first, just my first interaction with it. That first taste, my taste buds now giving it an 8.5. When I get down to probably right here one day, I might be like, oh man, what was I thinking about, man? It was a clean 11.
No, you did right. 8.5. That's just like being in the club and something look better and better as you keep drinking. 8.5 it is.
as far as just drinking it neat just out of glass,
Right.
It's 8.5. Now once you start throwing a little ice in it,
It'll mix well with
it's
ice.
a totally different drink though.
Yeah, it'll mix well with ice.
But yeah, man. So this is our whiskey / cognac pick of the week. I'm Eric, the whiskey guy.
G.
Homeboy G.
Man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me over, man. Hopefully we can probably do this again soon, man. Cause I was gonna make it before we go. I was gonna make an announcement that I moved. I moved out of the area that I was in, and I was just waiting to get my bar set up. And it's not really at the point where I want it to be right now. So I'm truly grateful, man, that you hosted a bar, man. Then I can probably slow up. I don't have to rush.
Right.
If I'm invited over here, man, we can
absolutely club good vibes.
Club good vibes, man, and we gonna be trying new whiskeys. Yeah. So keep an eye out on that, man. We're gonna do it all again next week.